When the original Xbox was released, it was seen as the new and cool console, selling over 24 million units. It was more powerful than the PS2 and Nintendo 64, and Microsoft experience building computers helped them to create a great console. It was the first to have a hard disk drive and had a built-in Ethernet cable for easy internet access. The game catalog itself was broad and full of games that are still popular today, like Halo, Psychonauts, KOTOR, and Fable. These banger titles, accompanied by Xbox Live, made for a phenomenal console. Though it never would reach heights of the PlayStation 2, this console asserted Xbox as a legit console maker and game developer. The second rendition of the Xbox was no exception, and to this day is one of the best and most influential consoles of all time. When the Xbox 360 was released in 2005, it was an improvement in almost any way over its predecessor. It was more powerful than the previous console and the PlayStation 3, and it was well integrated with Xbox Live, Microsoft's internet service to allow you to play games with friends, and their large catalog also helped to boost the 360. The 360 would sell over 84 million units and would become one of the most influential consoles ever, paving the way for Xbox to top even PlayStation. Throughout its lifespan, it would become home to some of the best games ever made, such as GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption, Halo 3, Halo Reach, Skyrim, Bioshock, and so many more. These games, along with its further blending with Xbox Live, made for the perfect cocktail of gaming glory. After the 360, Microsoft had the perfect opportunity to topple PlayStation, and if they stuck to their guns, they could create another phenomenal generation defining console. But that didn't happen. And that's why we're here, to discuss how Xbox fell and continues to make an effort to plummet themselves further into the hole that modern Xbox is. In May of 2013, Xbox would make the biggest mistake in gaming, even worse than the decision to release Gollum. Microsoft announced the Xbox One as the console for everything, announcing that they'd be able to play all sorts of media and was built in with the feature to play media. On the surface, that was a good thing, but the rest of the presentation would be harrowing. They announced that the Xbox One would be an online-only console, meaning that if you were not connected, the console was more useless than a KF console. The console itself was also accompanied by a Kinect, because it had been a huge success with the Xbox 360 as a separate accessory. But the Kinect was paired with every console as a package deal and added around $100 to the price. This brought the price to $500, which in modern times doesn't really seem like that much because that's the same price that the PS5 or the new Xbox goes for, but in today's money that's over $630. They focused so much more on the entertainment than gaming itself that the catalog games was a lot smaller than the 360 or the competing PS4. The console itself was also less powerful than the PS4 and was in general a worse experience. The Xbox One was also unable to physically transfer games, and these faults basically handed PlayStation 4 the victory. Though the Xbox One was a failure and forever tarnished Xbox's reputation and turned many fans away from the console, but why is Xbox not resurging, and is there any chance of a comeback? The recent Xbox generation has had no real innovation besides making a more powerful console than PlayStation, and though it is more powerful than the PS5, its lack of games allows PS5 really just to triumph over it. But why is it that Xbox seems so adamant to let their console die? Recently, Microsoft has acquired a ton of new game companies like Activision and Rareware, and these studios are huge and have a lot of potential, but Xbox still has limited exclusives, and the majority of their exclusives are terrible. A lot of this is due to Phil Spencer, who is the new, well, not new, but the most recent person in charge of Xbox, and with him, the vision for their games have changed. It seems, and is openly stated by Phil Spencer, that Xbox doesn't really see a future for themselves as a successful console maker, and this is because the focus has shifted to making games widely available and made for everyone. Though this, in of itself, is a great idea, it doesn't seem like the move Xbox needs. Xbox currently is focusing a lot on cloud gaming and making games playable from anywhere at any time for virtually no price whatsoever. But this really doesn't seem like the best move for Xbox, in my opinion. At a time where the gaming market is so competitive and confines more and more every day, PlayStation and Nintendo are really the two best examples of this, and it's very rare to see a Nintendo or PlayStation exclusive come to PC, and even less common for them to be released on Xbox. This is most apparent when looking at Helldivers 2. The game released on both PlayStation and Steam, but silence on the Xbox frontier, because PlayStation sees them as a competitor. Phil Spencer seemed like taken aback by this, and it almost seemed as he felt disrespected. But the truth of the matter is, in a market as competitive as gaming is, Xbox needs to focus on building itself up and creating a strong foundation. PlayStation and Nintendo both have done that for years now, and at one point Xbox themselves did this with the 360 and the Xbox, focusing a lot on games, hardware, and the community. And what Xbox really needs to do is use the talent they have in their hundreds of owned and collaborating game studios to make killer apps that appeal to a wide audience. But as of now, Xbox seems quite adamant to continue on their journey for everyone to play any game. Recent rumor even has it that Xbox is planning to move exclusives like Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush to PlayStation, which will inevitably force people and make it seem a lot better to just buy a PlayStation. I do still feel there is hope for Xbox with services like Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Live. They will continue to offer hundreds of games for only $10 a month, and will still have one of the best multiplayer experiences in gaming. Even the future of Xbox exclusives is looking up, as games like Indiana Jones, Avowed, Outer Worlds 2, and Fable are looking like promising exclusives. But we'll have to see what these games look like, and I'm planning on playing them on my channel when they release. So that's it for now. Bye-bye.